It's just being weird. Okay, so I think it's going. All right, so I'm recording. All right, we're gonna scroll to the top. We're gonna look at your list. We got top 50 anime list. Number 1, One Piece. Not surprised. Number 2, I'm kind of salty that it's here, but I'm still not surprised.
You're not surprised yet?
3 is JoJo's. You haven't even finished it yet.
I'm about to finish part 4, and it is like the best series ever. Okay, I did not think it would be that high either. But the whole time I was talking, like, wow, is this really this high? The whole
You don't
time,
even like part 1 at all.
dude. I know. That's why it's not number 2. Part 1 is hardcore trash. Part 2 is amazing. Part 3 is only better, and part 4 is like between part 2 and 3. It's great. Every episode is like a whole entire show worth of content per episode.
I don't know. Because I haven't seen it, I feel like I still can't say anything, but I still have that negative stigma until I see it.
Look, you're gonna go in. You're gonna hate it. You're gonna be like, wow, part 1 sucks. I'm like, I agree with you. Part 1 does suck. Then you're gonna get to part 2, and you're gonna be like, yo, why was part 1 not this good? What did this man do? And then you're gonna be like, wow, part 2, how can it get better? And then you get to part 3, and you're like, why is this so much better than part 2? I thought it couldn't get better.
Okay, number 4, you need to explain why this is so high.
Okay, look, it is the only show that makes me genuinely laugh as much as it does. I am sorry, episode 4, that scene was phenomenal. With that log scene, he goes and this man, he is working on a school project, but the lumber shops are closed. So he goes and brings a whole entire tree covered in fungus, dragging it through the town, okay? This is like a 3,000-pound tree. And then he rides it in like he's on the log flume at Six Flags.
Of all the scenes that made you laugh in that show, it had to be that one particular scene. That one scene didn't even make me laugh. I didn't even realize what scene you were talking about until you literally showed me.
And then also, like, Nindo is just an absolute unit the whole show. He gave himself boobies for the test, and then he kept beating people with the test for everything except the reach because they got in the way.
Yeah, Nindo is pretty good, I'll give you that. But still, top 4 is like life-changing animes. Period.
I've seen it 6 times in the past 3 months.
In the past 3 months, not just overall?
Yeah. And I'd rewatch it again right now, the whole show.
Okay, when you catch up to where I am, we're gonna rewatch it. Well, not rewatch, but like watch the stuff that I haven't watched.
I can pick up anywhere. I pretty much have seen the whole show multiple times.
Okay, Overlord, I'm just gonna skip because I haven't seen it and I don't know what it's about.
Okay.
Though I know that you've seen it. I'm just surprised that it's that high. If anything, I feel like High School DxD should be higher.
That's what I thought too, and then I kept thinking about it, and I just thought of like the abridged song, like the abridged part when they referred to him as Papa Bone Daddy, and how he didn't have a penis, and then every time I watch the show, I just think of that the whole time. It's great.
Okay, that's also probably why JoJo is so high, because you like Papa Bone Daddy.
But that's got nothing to do with JoJo's.
It's the same concept.
No, it's not. No, the main character of Overlord is a big talking spooky skeleton with no penis. And then in episode 1, they mention how he has no reproductive organs. It's great.
Okay, number 7, Akame got killed. That's fine. That's fine. I'm okay with that, especially considering you read the manga and apparently it's better and it's even longer than the anime.
No. So the manga. So the anime was like going alongside with the manga, and then they caught up to the manga. So from episode 20 onwards, they kind of just rushed the ending, and they had no idea what they were doing. So that's kind of why it like all fell apart, and people just seemed to die for no reason, and people that were introduced that were actually important did not seem important.
By the way, we're on number 7. I've been recording for like 5 minutes total so far.
Yes.
It's gonna be really slow. Train 7, Hunter x Hunter, number 9. You're a mad lad.
Wait, you just skip over Trinity 7 because you see Hunter x Hunter, and you're like, what the heck?
Screw Trinity 7. If anything, you should have put Trinity 7 at number 7 just for the meme.
Okay, you got me.
But I didn't even put Samurai 8 at number 8. But I don't even have Samurai 8 on my list because you got mad.
Because this was like 3 chapters long.
Okay. It may not have an anime, but the manga advertisement for the manga was animated.
Okay, let me hear this. You have not seen Hisoka versus Grollo in Hunter x Hunter yet.
That's fair, so I'll skip it. But there is a fan animation out that I still haven't seen, but I want to react to that.
In the manga, that fight is awesome. Hisoka literally kills himself.
I understand. I've seen some things just from like watching YouTube, but I haven't seen the actual fight. We'll just go on.
Okay.
Especially considering the Ant arc was the only good arc. Yu Yu Hakusho, that's understandable considering it's right next to Hunter x Hunter. I still haven't seen it.
Oh, that's also why it's like that's not a separate number because it's like I kind of categorize them with Hunter x Hunter being superior.
That's fair, especially considering it came after. Food Wars, I'm not surprised it's that high on your list. But top 10, I don't know.
Because you have yet to see like the Great Ninja War of Food Wars.
You're right. Top 10 and top 5 are like their own things though, and beyond that, it just doesn't even matter because it's like not in the top 10. So who cares? I mean, that's not the case, but it's kind of the case. You
like,
understand where I'm coming
from. Just saying, I could argue that number 11 is better than 10.
That's understandable because you did make me watch the first episode of Goblin Slayer.
No, I do have yet to see you. I only saw you like a 2-minute clip from the first episode. He counts them out as he slaughters them, and he does not talk otherwise. He's a monster of a man. You don't even see his face the entire show because he always wears his helmet because he's like goblins can attack at any time, anywhere.
Okay,
He
whereas
sleeps in full body armor.
still, I feel like there's a couple people in anime that do that.
He does not talk unless it is about slaying goblins.
Just gonna move on because that's okay. Kakegiri. I'm glad that you put it aside. Especially for the faces. Season 2. Have you even finished Season 2?
Yes, I have.
Okay. That's even better. One Punch Man above Mob Psycho. I'm mad about that.
Mob Psycho's not on my top.
You're crazy. I can't... I'm just gonna act like you forgot about it, man. Even though I mentioned it every occasion that I could. Okay, how high would One Punch Man be if it was just Season 1?
It would be a lot lower.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I enjoyed Season 2 of One Punch Man more than I did Season 1.
So I'm including the manga too, and the manga of One Punch Man, Season 2 ends up I think around chapter 80ish, and so it's like the manga's over 30 chapters ahead.
Yeah, you've basically seen all of Season 3 already.
Yeah.
And Garo is the best, so that's understandable. Okay, what button? Going down to Ippo, my boy, yes. Especially considering I recommended this, this makes me happier than anything else on the list so far.
Okay, so I'd like to know that it was actually a real toss-up for me between One Punch Man and Ippo, but it did have to rank high, and I wouldn't mind. So I think Season 4 is supposed to be coming out within the next year or two.
Okay. We're just gonna have to wait until both series are done to rank them, but personally, I haven't seen the manga, and I've seen a lot of Ippo, so I'm putting Ippo higher.
And also, I mean, I will admit, I have not exactly seen the web novel of One Punch Man too much far past the manga, so I don't know too much about how much goes down, but I do hear things.
That's fair. Which one is Sekirei?
But Ippo is pretty dang baller.
What series is Sekirei?
And then now we have Sekirei, the one show that you're like, oh, that sounds cool.
You're right, it does sound cool.
And like, look, let's put it this way. All you need to know is it's comparable to Ippo.
Okay, so that's really good. I'll watch it at some point.
But that being said, look, Goblin Slayer is higher than Ippo.
Which I disagree with. How are you gonna put Goblin Slayer higher than Ippo?
You have seen 2 minutes of the show, and he literally was a straight-up savage monster. Okay, dude, it is bomb.
You put Goblin Slayer higher than Kakegiri and One Punch Man. That's a sin to me.
I was thinking that too, and then I watched Goblin Slayer. Look, if you think that's a sin, I have the time I got reincarnated as a slime over 10 slots higher.
We're moving on. It's taking too long. No game, no life. I haven't seen it, but
that
it's
being
really
said,
colorful.
that is one of the most. Are you back?
I've been back.
So okay, with the time I got reincarnated as a slime, if I only went off the manga and anime, it would be much lower. It would probably be between 20 to 30, in all honesty. But once I started reading the web novel, that is when it got so good and phenomenal, it kicked it way up. So without that, it would not be as high as it was. But
To number 2.
He becomes like a literal deity. He gets Hashirama cells.
Man, if I asked you your top 5 3 months ago, number 2 would be Psyche K. Take Gojo and Slime out. I mean, it might be different.
Right, yeah, if you take X and Y show out, the show would be number 2.
Okay, we're on Food Wars. It's on Toonami now, but I've watched all of Season 1. But we are still in the middle of Season 2 on a tab that's been open for 6 months.
Look, but it's pretty good.
We gotta get back to that. Why did we stop?
I think it's because that's during the time where I was basically dead.
Oh yeah, it kinda was.
I'm still working 50 to 60 hours a week, so I'm still kind of dead.
Hey, Rise of Shield Hero, I'm mad that it's here.
It's so good.
Especially considering the next 2 slots.
Really? Okay, so look. 7 Deadly Sins is good, but it doesn't make sense. Let's be real.
Have you seen all of Season 2?
I've read the manga.
Exactly.
Look, what I'm saying, it doesn't make sense. The way that characters get stronger and weaker at the tip of a hand, it's very confusing.
Okay, maybe later on.
And also, Diane is useless.
Yeah, I don't like her.
She's always just useless.
She's just a giant, that's all she is. She's not strong. She's just a regular giant, too.
Let's be real. Bond,
giants.
and then in the manga, Bond becomes fodder forever, and then he just gets a 3,000-year power-up.
But I'm okay with that. Dude, that's the coolest part of the show, and I haven't even seen it.
But then when he gets a power-up, he just gives away his immortality for fun.
Wait, really? Okay, well, that's kind of a spoiler for me, but I'll
He just was,
for fun. I mean, that's like his whole character though, is getting the
yeah,
girl
no,
back.
he's no longer immortal.
Ian or whatever her name is.
Okay, so look, Demon Slayer
How-
probably
okay.
would make top 50 if the latest episode was not the
I was
greatest
gonna
episode.
ask you how high was this 25 hours ago.
Look, I'm sorry. After meeting the boar guy, that is one of the most. I've laughed a lot during that episode.
Favorite character of all time. I even changed it, my avatar, from my cat, to the boar guy.
It's look, the boar guy is so good. It brought it from an average show to like great.
So, you've talked highly about K, and 20 is a pretty decent spot to go to that, but I still haven't seen it or really know it.
Okay, so did I explain the concept to you?
You've explained the concept, I don't remember it.
So essentially, there's the Red King, Blue King, Green King, Silver King, and Gold King. Each king is a different epithet and rules a different part of the world with a different ability, and they get followers under them, and then they inherit parts of their ability. And essentially, it's a big territory war of trying to gain control. And then once you die as a king, you pass it on to one of your followers, and then they obtain your abilities and lead the things. So you have like 4th or 5th generation kings from one faction, or you have the 2nd generation king from another faction, and so on and so forth. And then they're also varying sizes, and it's pretty interesting.
So are you gonna explain 22 or?
Okay, so look, it's not even. It's more so. It's a show that incites discussion more so than most other shows, to where you have something to discuss about every single week, and it's such a universally show. And also like, look, it was the first anime I've ever seen. I saw Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT within 2 weeks, in like 6th grade.
Oh,
I
yeah.
binged the whole thing. I was watching it for 18 hours a day.
Did you never watch on Cartoon Network?
No,
Okay.
it was straight up the first thing I've seen, and I binged it, and it was great. And also with the Dragon Ball Super, having the discussions every week, I think brought it way up in the rankings too, just for like the amount of discussion that it incited. And also, if the Dragon Ball movie wasn't so poor, maybe it would be higher. But that movie was honestly miserable. It was the worst Dragon Ball movie.
Yeah,
So bad.
Yeah, no, the
Like-
Broly movie's trash.
And I'm not even talking like this thing is comparable with like the Bio Broly movie. All right.
I'm not gonna put it back because the animation was good.
You're right. The animation was good, but like, come on, it was awful.
There was one fight and it lasted 90% of the movie.
And there wasn't even like a clear winner, and like no Ultra Instinct. They just don't know how to fight anymore. All of a sudden, he goes from he went from fighting on par to like base Goku to like Super Saiyan to like Ultra not like Blue, when his Blue should literally be stronger than original Ultra Instinct.
Okay,
Which shook
I have a
enough.
really hot take that you're gonna agree with. The Broly movie is a bootleg resurrection of F. If you
Yep,
think about it,
yep,
that's exactly what it is.
yep,
Entirely, perfectly, in every way. Oh my god. Okay, so that was a part-timer. Oh, by the way, so Dragon Ball is 22, but Naruto isn't even on your list?
Yeah, Naruto probably doesn't even make the top 100.
You're a terrible person.
It might make the top 100 if I stretch it, but I look, it's pretty bad.
And it's good. Okay, even
Okay.
if half of it's bad, that means half of it is still good.
The only way that it would make the top 100 is if I was able to split it up between part 1, part 2, and Boruto. If Boruto and part 2 was included, it's dragged way down.
Okay, Naruto and Sasuke is better than Goku and Vegeta.
I fully disagree. I would rather have Goten and Trunks.
That's a lie. Tell me that is a lie.
It's not. Naruto and Sasuke, I don't like... Naruto as a character is... Like, Naruto and Sasuke are like the only two okay characters besides Kakashi and like Guy in the entire series.
Okay, so 23, 24.
Wait, you're gonna get that was a part-timer?
I mean, I haven't seen it, but it's funny.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what Kazumi no Stigma is about.
Okay,
At
so-
least I know what Devils of Part-Timers about.
Okay, so Kaze no Stigma would actually easily be in my top 10, but it was never finished due to the author dying of cancer, and he was writing it while he had cancer and was dying, so the series never got finished.
This is the one that I promised you I was going to watch. You even said that it might have been your favorite of all time. I remember that.
Yeah, if it was finished, it probably would have been up there in my top 5, but it's because the author died before he was able to finish it. Like, it just kind of ended in the middle.
Rest in
Uh,
peace.
So, like, it's definitely deserving of its ranking, and every single episode was amazing, and the plot was amazing, but, like, it's not finished. It never will be, so it can't go any higher.
Okay, so just looking at the next three, I'm really surprised. First of all, Freezing, the way you talk about it, it should have been in, like, your top 10. And it's 26?
Okay, look, so Freezing was phenomenal until they introduced time travel.
Okay, that's fair.
And that's what killed it. Because once they introduced time travel, it just like boggled my mind, and like nothing made sense, and it kind of the way they explained it kind of was bad.
So you know my show, The Beginning Games?
Yes.
It's similar in the fact to where it like has clothes ripping during combat, which is like the one thing you talked about, but then later on it gets some kind of time travel. Not really the kind of.
Mhm.
So I feel like it's the Beginning Games is gonna be like 25.5. Also, Black Clover is higher than freezing for you.
Yes. So Black Clover actually ended up being a lot higher than I thought it would, and a lot of people kind of like give it trash, but it's kind of like it's good. It's everybody's like, oh, it's so bad. Asta's annoying, but like he's just cool.
Did you
Like
read
he's
the manga?
huh? Yes.
Are you
Yes.
caught up?
No.
I hear it's really good. Caught up. Like, really good.
I'm in the latest arc, but I just haven't read it for a while, and I'm probably just gonna read the whole arc in one go. I probably like 2 hours of reading to catch up.
Okay, oh, I already know Xerox. I love it. Oh, I know
At the end is great.
It's actually good. It's like
Yes.
Naruto and Sasuke, but a bootleg version.
Uh-huh.
With you and the other guy. What's his name?
I can't remember, but like one was a vampire, one wasn't. There was like a whole entire like, hey, it was great.
And then they had that episode where they met up, and that was great.
Oh.
And even the episodes where they didn't meet up was good, too. It's a good show. Still needs a season 3.
Yes, still see season 3.
By the way, can we talk about the fact that we're already at Seraph at the end, but we haven't seen Nambaka yet?
Yeah, no regrets.
I feel like that's the opposite of no regrets.
And what about the next one?
Code
Geass?
Geass. How long is this show?
50 episodes.
That's not as bad as I thought.
It's 2 seasons of like 24 episodes each, and it has one of the greatest anime endings of all time ever.
And I think it has like people say it has like a great episode random number. I don't remember which episode it is, but like it has a really good number, like 13, for example, or something. That's just what I've heard.
The whole show is pretty much just really good. It's essentially just an upgraded Death Note, in my opinion.
Okay, 29. Is that a typo?
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
It's 3 O's.
Never heard of Batum.
Okay, so essentially what it is, I don't remember if it was like a trapped in another world thing, or no, it wasn't a trapped in another world. It's like an isekai, but in real life. So essentially a whole bunch of people, they're kidnapped. They kidnap a bunch of people, and they put them on this island, and it's like, have you seen the Hunger Games?
Yeah.
It's like the Hunger Games on the island, except you don't get guns, you only get grenades, and every single person spawns with a different kind of grenade, so you essentially have to make grenade traps, and you kill them and take their grenades to get more grenades.
Okay, so it's basically the beginning games if the beginning games was an anime by now.
Sure, yeah, it's essentially like the Hunger Games, except you only have grenades.
Okay, so look at number 30, right?
Yeah.
All right, now go back to number 20 and just stare at number 20 for a while.
Uh,
All right, so number 31.
1 second. Don't worry, I already have a good fix.
Don't worry, I already fixed it for you.
Here we go.
Okay, so you want to explain why Naruto isn't 30, but how Naruto Demon Lord is?
So basically, it's just way better than Naruto, and it's a show that like it was in my honorable mention, and I knew it was higher, but like I didn't feel like messing around with the list yet. But essentially, Hanako-sama Demon Lord is just a very great comedy that's also an isekai, and he is a shut-in guy who is trying to have a second persona as a Demon Lord, but he's actually all-powerful in this world.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Steins Gate, I'm still mad that I haven't seen this yet.
Yeah, you need to. It's phenomenal. It takes like a 4 or 5 episode buffer, but once you're in it, and the rewatching it even from episode 1 is good. Because the reason that it takes a while to get into is because it's a whole lot of stuff going on at once, and it's until you understand it that you start enjoying it.
Yeah, apparently that's the same with Attack on Titan, but we still hate it.
Yeah, except Attack on Titan just sucks.
Okay, so Steins Gate is just a good Attack on Titan.
Yeah, so it's about time travel.
Mm-hmm.
The whole concept is time travel, which is a really risky topic to do, and they did it about perfect.
But done right. Okay,
Yes.
I need to watch Steins Gate. That, Kaze no Stigma, and there was another one that I want to watch that's on your list. Sekiro. Those are 3 on this list I haven't seen that I want to watch. There's others on this list I haven't. Okay, I'll watch it eventually.
Okay.
Those are the 3 that I want to watch. Like,
Look, if you have anything on my list that you haven't seen yet, I'd probably be pretty happy.
they're a regular magic. Dude, I watched the first episode. This anime was garbage. First episode.
It was great.
I didn't watch it. I only watched the first episode. But based off the first episode, it was garbage.
It was great. It's great.
You know what? You like JoJo, so I'm not surprised.
Look, I like part 2 onwards of JoJo's.
To me, these are the same show.
They're not even similar in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, except they're similar in the fact that I haven't seen either of them, so there you go.
You got me. Okay.
33 Future Diary. I'm surprised this even made your list.
Look, it's really good. It's the last 4 episodes that break it down. But until that point, it's great. And if they would have just kept it simple with the ending, I think it would probably be way better.
If they kept it simple with the ending, it probably would have been in my like top 20, maybe like not top 10, but like top 15. I don't remember exactly where I put it though. Yeah, we have similar views on this. Well written, except for the end.
Yeah. See.
And then Death Note. Man, remember when like we were saying our top 5 like months ago, and I just freaked out and put Death Note as like my top 5, and you freaked out because I put it at top 5?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Death Note's not top 5, but it is top 34.
Yeah. So I mean, Death Note might actually be a little high on mine. I could probably move it a little bit lower.
You're right.
But I definitely enjoy it. It's good. It's like perfectly written.
Yeah, the 26 episode anime Death Note is really good.
It's 37.
26.
It's 37.
It's 26.
Are you just ignoring everything except the last episode and after 25?
I don't know what you're talking about. It's 26 episodes. So Parasite, the bootleg Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah, it's basically Tokyo Ghoul, but better in every way, shape, and form.
So Tokyo Ghoul, but worse in every way, shape, and form.
Notice how Tokyo Ghoul's not even been on the list yet, nor is it on honorable mentions.
Okay, you say yet, so I expect it to be on this list, or I'm gonna be mad.
Okay.
Okay. Nabaka 36. Why is it so low? You're the one that made me watch this.
You're right, and also, okay, which of those shows have I not that are higher than it have I not tried to get you to watch?
Batum.
That's about it.
Alright, if I was changing this list for you, not based off my list, but just for you, I would change 32 and
Wait,
36. The regular at Magic High School. And
Oh, you're dead because I was right. How does it make you feel? Okay.
Nabaka should be higher. Not only is it a good comedy anime, but it's just a great anime, period.
Oh, I fully agree. That's also why it's on the top 50.
Fair. This next one, this is just a whole bunch of words.
So the English translation is the anesthetic of a rogue hero, I believe.
Say this in Japanese.
I can't.
Hagure Yusha no Aesthetica.
It's good.
Uh-huh.
It's like it takes place at a school. It's got sword fighting. It's basically just good.
So it's almost as good as Nabaka, is what you're telling me?
Yeah, it might be a little better.
Oh, yeah, sure, okay. In that case, I better really want to watch it.
Okay, so look,
Right,
it's good.
so this is the fourth thing on my list of what I want to watch.
Is it actually?
It is now.
Because it's by Nabaka?
Yeah, that's the only reason.
Yeah, I think you'd prefer 38 over 37, knowing your taste.
Alderman of the Sky, I feel like this is a video game, and that's all I think.
So Alderman of the Sky, it kind of takes place in history, and the character is called a lazy war general, the main character, and he's in the army, but he's a really good tacticianer and not really good at fighting. So he makes strategies for the war, and it's essentially a show about a war in actual history.
So Long Horizon, I still haven't seen, but I know what it is.
Yeah, it's basically Sword Art Online, and it sucks.
Online.
Yep.
But you know what? So was that Battle Royale Sword Art Online that we watched and never even finished.
Yeah, but it was better than Sword Art Online.
Okay. Was it better than the Battle Royale Sword Art Online?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'll probably watch that too. Not in the relative future, but soon.
Okay.
Fairy Tail? You said it was going to be on your list? I'm just glad that it's 40 or lower.
Okay.
So do you have an explanation for why you like Fairy Tail?
Essentially, it's more of just a show that's like really easy to watch. It's not even really about the arcs. I mean, it does get deep arcs and like there is like good storytelling going. The power scaling in terms of like how characters get stronger and weaker sucks. It really does. But it's more of just like the it has a lot of likable characters and it's more of just like let me try to think of a good example. It's focused more so on the characters than the fights.
I hear that they defeat gods at the end with the power of friendship.
Yeah. All the power friendship memes are pretty accurate, actually. It would kind of be like the It's obviously not exactly like this, but like you remember the Chunin exams to where they were taking the physical test and it was testing how well they were able to cheat.
Yeah, that was not a physical test, but okay.
Yeah, it was kind of like that, like their camaraderie of like working together kind of reminds me of that, except obviously not.
Yeah, that's why you like One Piece and not Naruto, is because it's camaraderie. Is your excuse.
One Piece is more about the adventure. One Piece is phenomenal, and it builds on itself, unlike Naruto, which somehow goes downhill.
Okay, look, Dr. Stone is all about the adventure.
Yeah, and for some reason, I already have Dr. Stone in my honorable mentions as potential for top 10 after one episode.
Dude, it's so trash. I don't care what you say. It's so bad, filled with plot holes, filled with inconsistencies, even in the art style, which is on purpose, but still.
You're one episode in, you're saying this thing is full of plot holes, excuse me?
My anime that I wrote by myself has less inconsistencies.
What's an inconsistency?
Okay, for example, the birds got turned to stone, but then they had a shot in the anime where birds were flying immediately after the stone thing.
Okay, because they... Udi?
Yeah.
It also depends on where they fell, and also because birds are smaller, it would take less time for them to quote-unquote hatch or be out of the stone. And they said, like, whatever they were at by the river is what allowed them to get out of faster. So if the birds fell closer, they would be flying after. And also, it's not... We don't know what... All the birds that were shown on the show were like the same bird. Same kind of bird.
Okay. Oh, you know what? That's a point. I'm not going to say it's a good point, but that is a point.
Like, I feel like I'm... The way I'm not explaining it the best, but you're getting what I'm saying?
I'll just put an asterisk on that for now.
Look, we haven't seen enough of Dr. Stone to make final judgments.
Where were we at? Because I forgot that we weren't actually talking about Dr. Stone as if it was on the list. Baki.
51?
Is this Baki the Grappler?
Yes.
So the one that's like JoJo, but fighting anime.
So it was actually made into an anime like last year. It's like, mm, it's like the Hunger Games.
Another one that's just like the Hunger Games.
It's like the Hunger Games, but
But
it takes
instead of
place.
grenades, what do they use? They're grapples.
They fight each other with like their fist, or like some of them have like knives surgically implanted into them, or they'll make like bombs and they'll like cut off each other's arms and stuff. It's pretty brutal.
Sounds like Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but with less penises.
I was hoping you were gonna say that. Yes, that's why I didn't finish that sentence for you. So Plastic Memories. I put this on my list too. I don't remember where I put it though.
So I guess you remember what it was like. But Plastic Memories, it was a show. It was the first show that I've seen that was kind of like not a typical fighting type show, and it was more about like a slice of life. So I guess that's what it was like, more of a nostalgia type thing. But it was really good in just the way that it went about. Do you remember what it was about? Like
Yeah, I remember.
like robots that were like humans and stuff.
So,
I don't know.
So I'm not gonna lie. Of all the anime on this list, Plastic Memories is the one that I want to put both at the top and at the bottom because overall I thought the anime was kind of bad, but then it was so relatable for me.
Yeah. It was just.
Not in the way that I knew a girl that was dying and that she was a robot or anything, but it was just so relatable.
Like people come and go.
I loved it, but it was still kind of bad.
Yep.
43,
Okay.
a different page. Elfin Lee. When I think of this, all I think of Sword Art Online is season 2.
Okay, have you seen it?
No, but it's
So
about
Elfin Lee-
fairies.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's about human testing.
Sounds a lot more interesting than about fairies.
So when it came out, it was the bloodiest anime that's ever like been on air ever. That's what it was known for. The most gory anime.
Yeah, you can tell me about that.
It was the first short anime that I've seen, with the second being Code Geass, I believe. It is like 13 episodes, and the main character is Lucy and the family that finds Lucy. And Lucy is essentially a tested human weapon with no emotions, who was meant to be a military weapon to be used in wars. And then they found her, and it's about her becoming humane and killing off the people who were using her for test.
So from what I gathered from that, it's Plastic Memories, but it's freezing.
I guess my description might be a little off. I did see it.
But
I
it's
saw this
closer than it
6 years
should be.
ago. So I did see this like 6 years ago, so my description might be a little off.
That's fine. 100? I don't even know what this is, I'm not gonna lie.
It's just good. It's like another one of like the fighting insert humanity threat. Big scary monsters come up, have to fight them with X powers. Type show.
Okay. High School of the Day.
If it got a season 2, it would be higher if it was ever finished. But like what we saw was great.
I didn't even want to put this on my list because it didn't get a season 2, but then I kind of had to because I didn't have enough anime.
But it's good.
Episode 1 was the best. After that, they were all just good. Episode 1 was excellent, though. The rest were just good. King's Game. This is the best bad anime there is.
It was so brutal and like uncalled for, and the ending was just absurd. And I like it. Okay, look, I wish I could put this as number 1 for its own category. Just for the fact it is the first ending to an anime that I was satisfied with, like in this specific way. It's how I want Attack on Titan to end. There's no happy ending. It just continues and everybody's dead. That's what shows need to do more often because nobody is prepared.
We need the original Attack on Titan. After Attack on Titan finishes, I hope he goes back and shows us the original ending.
Like an alternate ending or something.
Yes. Would have been so
I'm
much
just
better.
With King's Game, it was just so good for the fact that like there is no happy ending. The main character gets his head blown off at the end. Like,
Dude, not that scene, but the scene with the dude that just straight killed himself with the chainsaw. That like traumatized me for a good week. Like I just couldn't get it out of my head.
I was watching it with my 8-year-old brother. He couldn't get past episode 2, and he's like so upset at me for it.
Dude, you know what I'm talking about though? Like the kid that was like timid, but then he went crazy, so he literally just decided to chainsaw himself until he was literally dead. That scene. It was like towards the very end, obviously. Also, I'm really glad you put Classroom of the Elite just below it, because that's exactly where it belongs.
Just below it.
Just below King's Game. Because it's like King's Game, but worse. And that's how I would describe Classroom of the Elite. They're both boring anime, but King's Game does boring anime right.
I like Classroom of the Elite.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Classroom of the Elite, I liked like one of the episodes towards the end. Either the last episode or the second last. Other than that, it was just okay. I'm not gonna say it was bad, but I'm gonna say it was boring. Because I could actually watch it and finish it. That's how you know it wasn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, we're almost done with your list. 48 Trigun. Trigun.
Dude, it's about Vash the Stampede, like the $37 billion man or double dollar man or something.
Isn't this that mecha anime?
No,
I don't know what Trigun is. Okay.
you don't know about Vash the Stampede, the human hurricane who leaves every town in his wake that he goes to.
Look, when I hear Trigun, I hear mecha anime.
I own the whole anime on disc. It is a classic, and it is worth seeing.
I only own Dragon Ball on this. Look, I don't even own Naruto on this. This is why Dragon Ball shouldn't have been on the list, period. Exactly.
Okay, so then Magi.
You put it at 49 because of Sinbad, and you
Mhm.
haven't even seen Magi.
I got to episode 14, but like, come on, Sinbad's just so much better. So also, my honorable mentions may actually be like on my list, and I might kick other stuff down, but it got tough.
To this day, even though Magi isn't the best anime, episode 17 of season 1 still might be my favorite anime episode, period, of all time.
If I recall, my favorite anime episode might be Re:Zero, episode 22 or 23, maybe.
I bet a lot of
Or
people agree with you. See, anybody that I've ever talked about Magi is just like, oh yeah, it's great, but then they never mention season 1, episode 17. Like, I've seen the whole show. That's the only episode that's even, like, really, really good.
But like the one Re:Zero episode with him losing his humanity, like against the fight with like the blue whale, was amazing.
Next
Which
month,
it-
we have to watch Magi to episode 17.
Mhm.
It's the 6th thing on the list.
And then number 50, you haven't even heard of.
You're right. So are we going on, or you want to explain it?
No, we're good. It's kind of just a typical show.
I'm going to watch your screen now. Can you zoom in?
I can.
That makes
So I was
sense.
thinking, I have all these honorable mentions, but we don't need to worry about those, I guess.
This is taking 43 minutes.
So how about I go over your list tomorrow in a separate one?
Oof. Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that. I won't even look at your list until then.
Part 2 tomorrow.
Oh boy, now I'm going to totally not sleep in 5 minutes. I didn't think it would take this
I'm
long.
gonna watch Fire Force, and then I'm gonna put it at number 10.
No, you're not.
I could.
I will put Dr. Stone at number 3.
Okay, you win. I won't.